Hello everybody. Welcome to this little live video. Thank you to the beautiful soul who created this art, by the way, Rosa Maria Marque. You can find her on Facebook. This is the unconditional love. I'm just going to move. Can you see that? The unconditional love print. She was so generous to be actually offering that for free recently, because her heart is so pure, so beautiful. She creates the most stunning light language prints, and I just had to place this behind me for this transmission. How are you all? Thank you to everyone who has been messaging me, who has been sending love and just checking in. I know I've not been live on social media for the whole of Virgo season, really. Virgo is my solar return season, and this year I was really guided by my team of light to not only take a step back just for this season, but also I am away. I'm away right now, having the most wonderful time, and the blessings and joy that I'm discovering in that is just something I cannot find the words to articulate. But I did receive a download today or a message which I felt was to be shared. And so I create the space right now to share it with you about perspective and how that tells a story, and how that story creates our experience, and it also creates our initiation. And the misinterpretation we have on how things are being created, because everyone right now is within the most interesting initiation of their lifetime. This Virgo season is offering a very bespoke, very unique, very personal initiation to everyone. It's different for everyone, but the themes are similar. The themes are similar. Aspects of our perception when we were a child, the perception of our parents, and how unconsciously we've perceived something, felt something, and then embodied that truth. Now, I use the word unconsciously because it seemingly has nothing to do with what anyone is experiencing. But bear with me here. Let's delve into this. As I notice within myself certain initiatory patterns, a lesson that I've had the honor of going through this same type of initiation. This is my third time right now. And each time I've learned something. Wow, the throat just went then. Each time I've learned something. And each time I've peeled back layers, as will have you done, right? As you will have done as well. And for every individual, it's something relating to the family dynamic. From what I'm hearing from those who are corresponding with me right now. And sometimes we can look upon these interesting energies and wonder what on earth we've done to create this. Why do we feel so out of sorts? Why are we doing things that we wouldn't normally be doing? Or why is something happening that maybe has seemingly happened before? Did we learn from that last time? Did we not pass that test? Was it a test? No. My guides don't necessarily use that word test with me, because the way that we would interpret it is that is something that we have chosen. That is a word that we have chosen to describe something, but it's actually very rooted in this control factor where our power lies outside of ourselves. Because if it's a test, there is someone external perceiving and judging. So my guides don't use the word test with me. They would say something else. And that is what I'm bringing forward right here. Because when we're younger, and one of my dear friends said this to me, she was explaining, I learn a lot from this person, so much. And she was sharing with me how children very much are more than moon sign for the first 7-8 years of their life. And to me, that makes perfect sense, because when I help people do inner child reclamation and healing around that, we always look at the moon sign, because that's where the inner child wounds are. Now, what we don't realize is that the perceptions we have, the experiences we have, the feelings that we have as we perceive things happening around us, to us, or to others when we are that young age. What we don't realize is we start to bring that truth in. It creates a story and a thread within our body. We're then embodying that, and it becomes unconscious. We don't see it. It just happens. And when I say it just happens, what I mean is when people are desiring to manifest something, create something, there's a lot of mental process. But that's only up here. For it to be physical, we have to embody it, because we're on a physical plane of existence. Ironically, the child has done that. Our inner child has done that with the first few years of their life. But then we forget, because it's no longer in the mind, it's embodied in the cells. And this is where initiation comes from. These are the weavings that we then spend the rest of our lifetime unweaving, before we really align with our soul truth, our soul path, and what it is we're here to offer and serve with, and how we realize that we are love, bliss, and joy embodied, becoming, blossoming, sharing, dancing, weaving, every single moment of every single day. So isn't that interesting? Because oftentimes still there are so many of us trying to do the healing by going into the mind. But that's not where the story is held, and that's not where we can see it to unweave it. And so if you're feeling like you're in a stage of initiation right now, we must find within our body the thread, feel and move. Let it speak. Let it arrive. And to do that, we breathe. We breathe deeply into the heart. We open that heart, that higher heart. We let our perception move to here, because then we open up so that we receive. And when we're receiving, we're releasing the control of the body, the control of the mind, and we're opening ourselves to source, to our higher self, to our superconscious self, which is eternal, ever-flowing, unconditional love. Omnipotent, omniscient, benevolent, divine. And when that space is open, and when we're moving the body, when we're following the thread through our body, the body will tell us the story. It will surprise us, perhaps. But when we see it, we can alchemize it. When we see that thread, we realize how this experience, this experience, this experience, this experience all came from that same thread. So when we follow that thread back through our body, we can heal a lifetime of pain. We can heal a lifetime of trauma. We can heal a lifetime of unconscious wounds and shadows, because we can't see them or find them in our mind. And this is the link that many of us miss. This is how we release the trigger, because the trigger is only meant to show up so we can alchemize it, let it move through us, like the lightning or the fire or the waters that it is. So I encourage you all to look up your north and south node, especially your south node from your birth chart. Look up your moon sign and do a little bit of research on what those are for you, because that will be the premise, most likely, of your initiations right now. And that will hold the key to moving through them with grace, with ease, with love, with joy, expanding more into who you are. And if you would like any support with that, it would be an honor for me. I have the Blue Rose healing sessions, which are 3-day distance healings, specifically to help you open up and release any trauma within the body around the heart. I also have 30-minute recorded readings available right now on my website. And soon I will be opening up live one-to-one slots again for the soul growth acceleration sessions and the live channeled guidance. And that will be in October sometime. So do be sure to be on my email list to receive that notification. But recorded readings are available now. We're recording for about just over a week out. So if you book from now, you're probably going to be waiting maybe just over 7 days. So not long at all for your reading. And healings happen the day after you book. So that is an immediate turnaround. So if you feel like you'd like to work with me, please visit aliceheath.com. But in the meantime, I look forward to reading your comments and your emails and hearing how you're experiencing this Virgo season. Because that great mother is offering your greatest initiation. And as a spoiler alert, you do really well. You master it. So much love.